Hello, hello. This is the fourth game of the most amazing day of Warmachine ever. Yeah, we'll go with that title. And the scenario is Mirage. I'm playing my Issyria Shadows list, and I'm up against Krueger 2. It's in Secret Masters, so there's lots of units, as opposed to the World War Wold basically version, or the Woldwarden as other people call it. This list has, let's see if I can bring up the drawer. It's got the Celestrial fulcrum. It's got a Stoneshaper. And then there's Woldwarden here, and Woldwarden here. This Woldwarden is actually Megalith. Nyss Hunters are over here. And pigs are over here. There's a Wayfairer right there. Krueger 2, Gallows Grove. And I don't know what that guy is back there. Can't remember. We will see as things progress, though. I'm sure I'll get a chance to point out what he is and what he does. So let's begin. Going into this game, I feel pretty advantaged on paper. Issyria has Arcane Vortex. I've never played against Krueger 2, so this is my on-paper theory. Issyria has Arcane Vortex, so I should be able to deny a lot of the spell assassination shenanigans that Krueger 2 has. My double units of Strike Force combined with Blinding Light can pretty much shut down and kill the pigs and nyss pretty trivially. The Celestial Fulcrum can also be Blinding Lighted, but for some reason that didn't occur to me until later on in the game. And I can also Blinding Light Krueger. There's a lot of things I can Blinding Light. I also think Hyperion is going to be very hard to stop once he gets up the board and a couple of the heavy hitters, like once one or two Woldwardens go down. The ability to deal with an armor 20 at 1 Hyperion kind of diminishes. And that's something I'm looking forward to using, basically. So that's all in my head. That's all in theory. I feel pretty good about this matchup, and I feel pretty good going into it. So I get up the board, and everything's... I think I get up a little bit too far with some of these Mage Hunter Strike Force. The guys up in the front, this whole front line right here, I don't think there's any reason necessarily for me to go that far forward. I should probably be a little bit back here and a little bit tuckered up, because that's kind of right at the sweet spot for the spray and the shots from the Celestial Fulcrum. Discussing with my opponent, kind of agrees. Most of that stuff is going to die. We will see in the next slide. Due to lightning storms, which I didn't even think of as a spell. I thought Krueger 2's whole stick was like everything Gallows and TKs, and you get pulled all the way across the map and die, kind of like Ron. Not actually necessarily the case. But yeah, you can see my dead pile over here in the corner. There's about 5 Mage Hunter Strike Force that died, and they're pretty much all the ones that are out in the front. If I had gone back a little bit, I think things would have been better. So as far as game plan goes, Infiltrators are going to ambush off the right-hand side, kill some pigs. Strike Force are going to go up and shoot some pigs. Hyperion is going to go up and then Starburst Cannon and crit consume about 6 nyss and 1 Mage Hunter Strike Force dude, and then shoot down another couple of nyss. I got lucky. I didn't know how Wind Wall works. It is anything in Krueger's control range has -5 range. I thought it was only when targeting battle group, regardless of range, you lost -5 range. I don't know where I got that mixed up from, but I got lucky. Hyperion was a hair out when he did a Starburst Cannon. Otherwise, I would have problems. But yeah, so took out a lot of nyss. I moved the Strike Force forward pretty aggressively. I want to kind of get into scenario. I also got an Infiltrator into scenario. And this is me being ignorant on how Krueger 2's feat works. Me putting Eiryss on that middle flag. I played for scenario, basically, and Krueger's just like, I don't care. I put Eiryss right there, and I put Narn on the flag right there, and I put an Infiltrator at the very back of the zone over here. And that, just, Krueger don't care. He walks up, and I'll show you this next screen. So this is where we're at with everything that just happened. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to set myself up for scenario. I was trying to set myself up. I messed up. I didn't put Issyria in this back zone, so I'm not scoring that zone, which is honestly the only thing I can actually score after Krueger's feat. I plan on scoring the flag. I plan on scoring this flag. I grabbed a lot of ground, so it's hard for him to contest, and I want to contest his zone. These are all things that mean nothing to Krueger 2, because Krueger 2's feat, he just walks up, and with Wind Wall, he can stay pretty safe and push everything out of the zones. That way, he doesn't necessarily have to contest them and throw away valuable pieces in contesting, even though he has the pieces in this matchup to do it. Most Krueger 2 lists are relying on the little mannequin stick figure dudes to go around and contest and stuff, and then they're not shooting. But yeah, he just pushes me off all of my scenarios and out of the scenarios, and he scores his flag, or scores his zone, and he scores this left flag by killing some more strike force, killing some more models. Yeah, just basically killing some more models. The fulcrum comes up and gets a lot of work done. I had the nyss blinding light at last turn, so that way they were easier for Hyperion to hit and kill with his cannon. And last turn was not a feat turn for me. This was a feat turn for him. He brought these two Woldwardens forward like this, and the Celestial Fulcrum's right about here. And what I think I want to do is bring Hyperion up to try and kill both of them, or the Woldwarden and the Celestial Fulcrum. I'm really only looking for... I'm going too far forward. I need to move. So here we go. This is how things ended up. So now it's my turn. He's up 2-0. Basic plan is kill some more pigs, kill some more nyss, keep Issyria safe, use Crusader's Call and Blinding Light on the Fulcrum. And this is a debated topic and kind of a hard decision for me, and I choose what I think is a safe route. Now, my dilemma that I have is I definitely want to kill one Woldwarden. And the idea is I think if I kill one Woldwarden, I think that he loses the meat that he needs to kill Hyperion. But I don't think I have the damage from Hyperion to kill a Woldwarden and a Celestial Fulcrum. So my debate is, do I Blinding Light the Celestial Fulcrum just in case I don't kill it with Hyperion? I was looking at this the wrong way. What I should have planned on doing was focusing this entire turn pretty much on killing the Celestial Fulcrum and killing the Woldwarden and keeping Issyria safe. Because doing Blinding Light and Crusader's Call to get Hyperion there, since he's affected by the -2 speed from Krueger, he needs Crusader's Call to get there. That will leave Issyria naked. She has a 7 camp after upkeeping Admonition, or Inviolable Resolve, she drops Admonition. And it's 6 for Blinding Light and Crusader's Call, which would leave her on 1 and 1 Arcane Vortex. I know Krueger 2 is a really good assassination caster, so I do what I think is the safe move. In hindsight, it really should be don't do Blinding Light and just do Crusader's Call. But I do Blinding Light on the Celestial Fulcrum, and I do Crusader's Call, and I pop feet, and I put Issyria touching the back of that zone, and I'm right on the 12-inch line. And I think, you know what? I'm going to go with the proximity rule. I'm keeping Issyria really far back. I'm catching about 3/4 of my army with my feet, and I'm going to camp 1 and kind of hope on Arcane Vortex that he just won't have the pieces anymore to get rid of me. It kind of feels bad while I'm doing it because I've never played against Krueger 2, and I don't know what all his little sticks are, but I think I got it. So the plan works pretty well. I dice spike with an Infiltrator charge on the Celestial Fulcrum and do some insane amount of damage, like 10 or 12 or something like that. So Hyperion does end up killing a Woldwarden and the Celestial Fulcrum, so my Blinding Light was wasted. If the Celestial Fulcrum hadn't have gone down, there's a chance it does just kill Issyria even through a camp. But I could have... I mean, I have Eiryss, I have Narn, I have all these Infiltrators. I have a lot of resources allowing me to get a lot of reliable damage on the Celestial Fulcrum. I can also put a little bit of damage onto the Woldwarden to make it less dice spiky. Also, Issyria's feat really helps everything. And more or less, yeah, I get the work done that I want to get done, and I score 3 points and contest all his zones. Eiryss ends up scoring the flag in the middle. Narn ends up scoring the flag on the right. And I score my circle zone, I contest his circle zone, and I contest that flag on the left. So this is where we are at. And sorry, we're going to go sideways because for whatever reason, my camera decided to go sideways. Score 3-2. I think he agrees with me that it's kill Issyria or nothing at all. And I did run an Arcanist in front of Issyria. I forgot about that in case he tried to TK her around and negate the defensive bonus, because defense and Arcane Vortex is really all she's got. She's a 16-13. She just falls over if you get to her. Worse than Kayn stats, except for she has Arcane Vortex, which is really, really helpful. So yeah, here's how the assassination roll run goes. He wants to clear some of these pieces out in the middle, so he has good landing spots for Krueger, Woldwardens, and other models. So, some Stoneshapers and Wayfairers come up and do some sprays. Dice go kind of poorly for him. He doesn't really clear anything. This nyss over here walks up needing a 10 to hit Issyria, hits Issyria, rolls an 8 for damage. It was dice off 3. So Issyria takes 5 damage from a single nyss. The Woldwarden comes up and shoots a lightning cloud at the Arcanist, hits the Arcanist. I do not Arcane Vortex because I know there's worse things coming out. It's a POW 10. He boosts the damage on Issyria. And I think he rolls, I think it was okay. It was average or something like that. But, I mean, it's like 7 or 8 damage against her. So she takes that. So she's not looking too good right now. She's at like 5 boxes left, or I can't remember for sure, but she's not on much, and she's got 1 focus left. The other Woldwarden comes up to I think he charges or walks or no, he tramples. That's right, he tramples. Takes a free strike from Hyperion, and this was a little bit debated if he had the 8 inches to land on the other side of the flag there. And he measured it with a measuring tape and then started to move, and I was not quick enough to say, hey, let's throw a measuring stick on this and see for sure. It's really hard to tell. I just don't trust measuring tapes. It was really close enough, though, and I wasn't fast enough to contest it, so we went with it. He got there. I think he did another lightning storm, I want to say. In this one, I think I had to Arcane Vortex. I don't remember if I did the Arcane Vortex or I took the damage and had to shave, or I can't remember where, but Issyria is really not in good shape now. And then Krueger ends up TKing himself and finding a landing spot where he can take pot shots at Issyria. He boosts to hit his first one. He's going with his gun. I thought he was all a spell assassination, but apparently he's got a reload gun with sustained attack. So he hits her, and it's a POW 12. He has more shots after he can reload and pay more focus for more, and their sustained attack, and he boosts the damage roll and kills her. So he's still got a little bit more going for him there. And yeah, end of the story is Issyria dies. I think I have a better grasp of what's going on with Krueger. I hadn't taken into consideration his gun. Between all the TKs of his own models, the Gallows that he can pull something forward after TKs if he wanted to, and his personal gun that has sustained attack and reload too. Lightning Storm is also a really big one, hitting models in front of your caster to do boostable POW 10s. There's a lot of just little weird assassination run tricks. I think knowing what I know now, I think I'm playing into this. Ron and Virus 2 are both probably fine. I think most of the assassination run tricks aren't going to do enough damage to Virus 2 at range, since he can camp so much with new forges. And I also think Ron can assassinate Krueger before Krueger can assassinate Ron. However, Windwall is a big dick punch to Helios, but it's not to the other spells. It also depends on the Krueger 2 build. Not the Woldwarden, but the the Light Wold. The Light Wold that has Earth's Blessing. If that's in the list, I think Ron just completely falls off in successfulness. And I really like this game, and I really liked playing my opponent. I liked getting to see what Krueger 2 does. I feel a lot better going into it afterwards. He's super scary, but now I understand his scariness a little bit more and understand how he plays out on the field. Next up on the list of things I want to play is Bradigus. And I understand if most versions of this list don't bring the nyss and don't bring the pigs. They instead have Megalith for a better beat stick, and they'll have the little mannequins and shifting stones. And yeah, and Celestial Fulcrum's pretty standard to make it so Krueger 2 is higher, more accurate. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I like Krueger 2's kit. He gives pretty good anti-gun defenses, unless you can get out of his range, which is kind of hard. Yeah, pretty fun. Great game, and let me know what you guys think.